So it's 2018 and I've had people asking me about how I got started and how I've been in this business so long. I thought I'd do a little quick video to kind of fill you in on that. My dad took me panning when I was 11 years old. And for any of you who have been gold panning and found gold, you know what happens. You experience something unlike you've ever experienced before. The minute you find that first gold, your life changes. Well, that happened to me. And so I've been a prospector all my life. I've been dredging and metal detecting and panning literally around the world. I've lived in a tent in California for 4 months. I've lived in the desert for weeks on end in the back of my truck with a metal detector. I've been to Australia twice, both east and west side. I am sitting on my gold mine right now in the central California area. I have a hard rock mine here. I'm also co-owner of a couple of mines up in the Idaho area, and I'm looking at buying into a property up in Alaska. There'll be more to come on that. But what really got me started was in 1999, I discovered eBay, and it was really cool because my opinion of eBay at the time in 1999 was, oh, this is just kind of a low budget site where people go and get junk. And I happened to stumble across a gold nugget on eBay. So I thought, holy crap, maybe there's a way to actually get gold easier than going out and dredging for it or metal detecting for it. So I bought a gold nugget, and I remember it cost me 17 bucks. I will never forget that it was a $17 purchase. And I was so excited about it. I ran downstairs and I showed my wife a picture of this gold nugget that I found, and she was real excited. And then it came in the mail, and I was just so anticipating, opening this package and finding this huge nugget for 17 bucks. Well, what happened was I opened it up and it was this itty bitty teeny weeny little thing. It was like so small, and it was so disappointing. And I was so disgusted that I had paid $17 for this little teeny little flake of gold that obviously the person that sold it, had blown it up just a whole bunch of times with a big magnifier. And in the moment that I opened that up and I was so upset and disappointed, I said to myself, I'm never going to buy a gold nugget online ever again. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start selling. And so that's what happened. I started looking around for sources of gold, directly from gold miners or from people that were selling nuggets in bulk. And I remember making a phone call to a guy that I had never met before. His name was Van in California. I had gotten his number from someone in California, and they said, oh yeah, call Van. So I called Van and I said, hey, I was given your name by the Gold Nugget Exchange in Grass Valley, and they said to call you. And he said, oh yeah, I got gold, what do you want? And I said, I don't know, I want to sell stuff online. He goes, well, most people are selling number 4 mesh. Well, I didn't know what the hell number 4 mesh was. So I said, okay, well, that sounds good to me. And he says, well, how much do you want? And I said, I don't know, let's start with $1,000. And I remember at the time, gold was like $330 an ounce. So it was going to be like just over 3 ounces of gold. And he goes, well, I'm on my way to a funeral in Seattle right now. So he said, just throw a check in the mail and I'll put the gold in the mail today before I leave. And I was just like completely blown away that, someone I'd never met before, he was that trusting to send me $1,000 worth of gold just from a phone call. And sure enough, the gold showed up. He got his check, and we became really, really great friends for many, many years until he passed away. I went to a lot of gold shows with him. I went to Tucson for the first time with him, and he was a real mentor to me for the gold business. He was older when I met him, and he died when he was 84 years old, but that was really the start of me selling gold online. And I started on eBay. And, it was just kind of the natural thing. I was pretty new to computers. I'd been a welder and fabricator my whole life, building, stairs and rails and mining equipment, things like that. And then what happened was I saw some gold nuggets on eBay that didn't quite look right. They just seemed a little bit off. I could just tell there was something a little off. And they were pretty big nuggets for really good prices. So I ordered a couple of them on eBay, even though I said I was never going to buy gold again. I ordered them just to see what the heck was going on. And they were just under an ounce, and I was getting them for you know, right around spot price or just a little bit over spot price for bigger nuggets, which was really unusual. And I got the gold nuggets, and sure enough, there was definitely something off. They were in fact gold. In fact, they were 81% pure. I had had them tested. However, the problem was is they were man-made. They were cast in wax or cast in ice, or, you know, there's a lot of different methods that people can make fake gold nuggets out of. And I had discovered fake gold nuggets being sold on eBay. In fact, I watched about 50,000 grams get sold that first year that I was following this guy. And I emailed him, I emailed eBay, I told eBay that he was selling man-made nuggets. He was, in fact, committing a crime by misrepresenting what they were. And they said, well, we can't do anything about it. We're not part of the transaction. And so what happened was that was enough for me to start my own website. And therefore, I started motherlodegold.com. And it became a gold nugget auction site, a gold nugget site. And then as I was doing the work on Motherlode Gold, I had been running auctions for about a year. I found a developer to help me revamp the website and make it look really cool. And as they were developing it, I had two guys working on it, Sea-Dog and Mac. In fact, I'm friends with Mac on Facebook still. And Mac said to me, he says, you know what would be really cool is, he said, if you could actually register the name Goldbay, just like eBay. And I thought, well, man, that's a great idea. So I went and did the research to find out if Goldbay was available. Well, the crazy thing was someone had registered the name Goldbay 3 days before that. It was, I couldn't believe it. It was 3 days. And so, you know, I thought, well, I would really love that name. So what I did is I offered the guy $1,500 for the name. And you got to realize this is in the year 2000. So $1,500 for a domain name was a pretty good price. And sure enough, he sold it to me. And so then that's how Goldbay was born, is through a suggestion of Mac and through, you know, ongoingly just wanting to provide a site where I know the gold is natural. I can control all of the things being sold on it. I'm the only seller on Goldbay, of course. There's no one else that sells on here. I've been doing this now for 19 years, looking really excitedly forward to the 20th year in business next year as an online seller. Most of the other websites that were around when I first started, they're just not there anymore. None of them are left. There's a lot of new ones, but I think I can arguably say that I am the oldest and longest running gold seller on the internet. And I really do appreciate your years of patronage and continuing to come back and do business with us, or with me. I don't know why I say us all the time, but with me, you know, and it's because of you that I've been able to continue to do this and, you know, own a gold mine, live the life of my dreams. So thank you from Motherlode Gold Dave. MLG Dave, that stands for Motherlode Gold. See you inside.